Hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. Alright, so I'm doing this little video for Mr. Greg, Uncle Greg, whatever I call him. He's an awesome guy. So he asked me to set the greenhouse up the way I've got it done here. He wanted to see it. So I thought, okay, he's been a great supporter. And more than y'all know, he is just flat out awesome. So I thought I'd do exactly what he asked me to do. So I've got both of the storage boxes in each corner of the greenhouse. I've got the table set up in the middle. And as you see, the lid actually hits the top of the table. But it's not terrible. This one I got to open up outside the unzipped part on the other side. This one, not quite. But I had to slide them forward because with the angle of the roof, it wouldn't let the lid stay open. So if I was getting in and out of it, you know, you'd have to hold the lid up. So that'll make it, sliding them forward works. Now, there is room for me to step over this 2-foot side and sit in the little stool and work. But as y'all can see, look at this starter tray, seed starter tray. It's melted. It got too hot in here. Now, one of them already had a little bit of warping going on with it when I had it sitting under the lean-to over there. But it is definitely not designed for the heat we've got here in South Georgia, especially with that greenhouse being closed. And since they forecasted thunderstorms, I zipped it closed. If I had just a screen, maybe not so bad, but the sun probably is what's doing it. So I've got everything set up, and yes, I can fit inside and sit on the stool and work, but it is snug. And coming from somebody that cramps a lot, if I get into a certain position or bend a certain way, my ribs cramp or my back's cramp or my legs cramp. That is the biggest areas that I cramp. Ribs are the worst, believe it or not. The leg cramps will make you talk to Jesus, but the rib cramps just make it where you can't hardly move. But so stepping over things like that is hard on my legs. But yes, you can set it up as a little miniature greenhouse seed starter tray and get it set up exactly the way it is now. And it'll work. It will work. But you're going to have to do something other than those plastic trays, because the clear did fine. But the black plastic bottom is just overheated way too much and is warped and melted. And basically, they're not even hardly usable anymore. But if I put a shade cloth up or something, which I do have some, that might help with the sunshine on it. But you would think with the tint of the green, that would help a little bit, keeping the sun from baking in there. And I did put the white tarp down to help with the reflective heat off the weed mat. But it gets pretty warm in there. I thought about putting a thermometer on the table and just checking it this weekend while I'm here during the middle of the day, seeing what that thermometer gets up to during the heat of the day. So I still think if the metal raised bed was not in there, I could slide the storage boxes to the right and left a couple more inches and give it just a little bit more room for the table in the middle. But my preference is actually pull the stool out here, and it's hard to get it to move with one hand. But slide the table to the front beam where it hits here, and then I can reach it from sitting outside the greenhouse, and I don't actually have to step over inside of it. So to me, that makes more sense, and it's definitely physically a lot easier on me not having to, you know, raise my legs so high and stretch them, because that hurts. Not when I do it, but when I cramp up, it hurts. And that also gives more room for the boxes on the backside. So you will have some wasted space on the backside, but you could put other things there, such as more of the grow bags or whatever that way. Or even another table. There's room for another small table, I think. I'd have to measure to make sure. But you could work it from both sides. But it's a cool little greenhouse, y'all. It really is. I just don't really see a need for the raised bed metal frame on the inside that thing. I think the greenhouse would be great by itself, and you wouldn't have to worry about the metal frame taking up some of the space inside. So you still would need to anchor this thing down. I've been completely disappointed. They forecasted thunderstorms for 3 days, late Sunday evening, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday, and I got a light sprinkle when I was leaving for work this morning. Just enough to go, yes, we're finally going to get the rain they promised. And I got nothing. My rain gauge completely dry when I got home. And I didn't water the garden last night because I didn't think I needed to with the rain the way it was supposed to go. But I definitely will be watering today. All the all the grow bags, the plants that we moved from the starter trays into the grow bags, I walked and checked all them earlier. They look great. So even though I haven't watered, they still look very good. And I went ahead and picked my squash and zucchini. The zucchini is definitely on its last leg, but you know, the vine borers have gotten into it, and there's just really not much you can do to prevent it, especially when they're ground like they are. If I raise them up like I'm doing on these trellis system and keep that base open so that I can see it and see when there may be eggs on there. They said the moth that lays the egg for the vine borers, it takes about 10 to 14 days for the eggs to hatch. Well, if you can see them on there, get them off and prevent it. That seems to be the best method. But when they're all over the ground like that, you just can't see the base well enough to do that. So I think just growing up the grid that we put together is going to be a good thing for it. And maybe I can prevent that on this next round of zucchini and squash. So I noticed some of it is a little bit yellow, but it seems to be okay. It may just be needing watering. I really don't know. I need to go by my local Lowe's and buy some good fertilizer and come in here and fertilize those green beans and cucumbers, because they're just not doing anything. That bed's got all brand new soil in it, and I haven't gotten it to grow anything this year. So these here have got my compost mixed in with the store-bought stuff. And every other bed pretty much is that way and have done great for me this year. But that one with all store-bought, I just can't get the stuff to grow like it's supposed to. So I need to go pick up some fertilizer and fertilize those plants, and maybe these here as well. But anywho, I'm going to get off here. I wanted to show the mini greenhouse. I've got both sides unzipped, the outer layer rolled up and tied, and then I just threw the screen over. So there is a little bit of a breeze this evening on and off, but it is definitely doable. And I can just pick the stool up and set it over in there, and then let the screen back down and the covering and zip it up, and it keeps everything from getting blown away or causing problems. But it's definitely going to have advantages to be able to use this for the next growing season, no doubt about it, especially in the early spring. Like I planted this year, I planted on 14th of February, on Valentine's Day, and that couple of frosts got me. So having this little greenhouse, if I'd have planted in there, that frost probably would not have gotten me, because I plan on running power out here to the greenhouse, and I could easily hang a light in there to keep the temperature up a little bit and help those plants grow as well. And that's kind of my plan. I plan on putting some lights in the greenhouse, so if I need to, you know, add some daylight time to the plants in early spring and late fall, I should be able to do that. So, you know, all that's down the road. But this greenhouse is going to definitely give me an advantage that I've never had before. And I think it's going to work. But y'all tell me what you think. And again, I need suggestions on what to plant in the empty beds in the raised garden. I've got room. When this squash and zucchini get pulled, I'll have 3 more large beds that need planting. I've got the last one where the early peas were planted that can be planted now. The onion bed is just about empty. It's got 1 soybean in it. So there are beds that I could plant in right now. I just don't know what to plant for the heat of the summer. So y'all leave me comments, send me emails, whatever. Let me know what you think I need to try, and we'll see what we can get done. I appreciate y'all's support for Waters Family Homestead. It means the world to me, and my grandson is just absolutely enjoying every minute we spend out here doing stuff together. It is... That boy'd live with me, I think, if they let him, but I don't think that's good. He's got a good mom and a good daddy and a good home, so I'm just pleased to have him when I can get him. So, but thank y'all for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel, hitting the thumbs up, subscribing, all that good stuff. It really means the world to me. Y'all remember what I've always told you. Jesus Christ loves you, and so do we. Y'all be safe. Be prepared.